Guru Satyam, Guru Yanam, Guru Anandam, Guru Shanti. Bringing your hands to prayer. Offering your practice today to this journey of contentment. Namaste. Namaste. So the road to contentment, let's break it down first of all. What does the actual word contentment actually mean? It's this inner balance, this groundedness, this inner feeling. So this inner feeling is the one of peace, the one of accepting where we are, being okay with whatever situation we're going through. How many of us can feel like that? How many of you feel that inner contentment at the moment? Oh, good. So you're all in the right room. That's good, isn't it? That we all know that we're in the right space today. So it also says in the scriptures, in Patanjali's, you can see that on your piece of paper that you have, is saying that this santosa, this contentment, is one of our niyamas. Now, does anybody remember that there's 8 limbs to yoga? Just put up your hands if you remember there's 8 limbs to yoga. Yeah? Okay, so there's 8 parts to yoga. And the first 2 parts of them is one, how you treat others. And the second part is how you treat yourself. And there's 5 parts to that. We're not going to go into that massively today, but there's other lessons that I speak about that. If you want to know more about that, I can point you in the direction. So this niyama, one of the limbs of that is to have inner contentment. That doesn't mean that you're not striving forward. It doesn't mean you've given up. It doesn't mean that you've stopped moving forward. You're content with this situation. And then there's a word called tapas, which is this burning desire to move forward. You accept what is happening and you move forward as well. Let me explain more concerning myself. Yeah, I use myself as an example. So I have an eye condition, okay, called Stargardt's, and I'm going blind. Now, I am content with the diagnosis. Yeah, I've accepted it and I'm content. This is what's happening and I'm at peace with it. But I've not given up, hence why I'm here teaching you lot. So I'm still moving forward. I'm still studying, I'm still growing, and I'm still putting on retreats. I'm ignoring the messages on my phone from my son going, "Mum, let's go to Lanzarote together. I will pay you back the money later." So we're ignoring that. That's normal life. It'd be good if I saw the money. So we're still moving forward. Does that make sense now? Yeah? You're accepting with what's going on. You're content with it. You're at peace with it, but you're still moving forward. Okay. So Julie is going to read us a piece from the Bhagavad Gita, the Song of Lords. Then we will discuss it. Then we will read the next piece and we'll discuss again. Make sense?
When you keep thinking about sense objects, attachment comes. Attachment breeds desire, the lust of possessions that burns to anger. Anger clouds the judgment. You can no longer learn from past mistakes. Lost is the power to choose between what is wise and what is unwise, and your life is utter waste. But when you move amidst the world of sense, free from attachment and aversion alike, there comes the peace in which all sorrows end, and you live in the wisdom of the self.
I like that bit. What was my favourite bit?
Your life is utter waste.
And then your life is utter waste. So, the scriptures are telling us, again, I will say in my version, the scriptures are telling us if we're attached to materialistic things, our life is utter wasted. So, if I buy this phone, it's going to solve all my problems. Yeah? And then I buy a Porsche, or I'll get my next pay rise, or I get my next boyfriend, girlfriend. That's going to fill that void inside me. Does that make sense now? Yeah? How long will that feeling last of contentment?
5 minutes.
Yeah. So 5 minutes, a few minutes, I fill my life with external things, and that's going to fill that void inside me. You have to find out who you are. That's it. Once you know who you are, then you work on you. The materialistic things are nice, they're fleeting. It's not sustainable. These are the kleshas, the afflictions of being a human. Attachment to pleasure, attachment to pain. That's why he says when you get for these sense objects, it's nice to have a partner. It's nice to have this gathering together. We walk the line together. We walk the road of contentment together. I cannot give you contentment. You have to find it. Read the next piece, please.
The disunited mind is far from wise. How can it meditate? How be at peace? When you know no peace, how can you know joy? When you let your mind follow the call of the senses, they carry away your better judgment as storms drive a boat off its charted course on the sea.
So, again, it's just saying that if through meditation, through practice, through meditation, you can find peace. But if you don't know your own mind, you're not spending time with yourself, you're never going to find that. How many of you meditate? Okay, you all come to class with me. So the idea of it is that, can you just read on the handout that I wrote, what are the ideas of overcoming?
Yeah, overcome stress and worry with these mental health tips from the Bhagavad Gita. Do things without expectation. You have a right to perform your prescribed duties, but you are not entitled to the fruits of your actions. Be true to yourself, regular meditation, learn to live life.
So it says in the Bhagavad Gita that you have the right to work, but not the gains of your fruits of your actions. What does he mean?
Don't expect anything back for what you do.
The end of the day, that you're willing to share with others. It's not always for materialistic gain. Yeah? So again, it may be that you volunteer. It may be that you're not doing it to earn thousands of pounds. You're offering your service for a small fee. In the old days, you've got to remember when these books were written. In the old days, I'd be living with one of you. Isn't that amazing thought? Yeah? That I would come and stay with you, and I would have my board and lodgings, and I would share my scriptures. So we take, these are very old scriptures, yeah? But again, we're bringing them in to modern times. Are they still useful? Yes. So it says that if we keep filling our lives with these materialistic things and looking outside for this contentment, we can get angry, we can get frustrated, we can get jealous. All these emotions can come up. You know, you might look at what we class as successful people. How many famous successful people have you seen that are happy? The more they get, me and Jackie were saying this the other day, the more you get, the more you accumulate, the more, and you're getting more frustrated, more relationships. You're trying to fill a hole, and that can't be filled from the outside. It has to come within. So it says that if you don't, your life will be utter wasted. Why? Why does it say utter wasted? You're successful, you've got all this money, you've paid your mortgage off, you're there and you're still not happy. So why is your life utter wasted?
Concentrating on the wrong things.
Yeah, you're still not happy. You're still not there. One thing we all have in common, we're all going to die. That's it, sorry. But when you're content, you appreciate every moment. How many of you were grateful that you got up this morning out of a bed? How many of you had a shower before you come here? More of you in this room are a female. And at the end of the day, you wouldn't be in this room in certain countries. You wouldn't be allowed. How many of us are frightened that there's going to be an alarm and we have to run out because we're being bombed? Or that we go home and our houses won't be there? So if you bring it down to this, how lucky are you? And that inner peace and that inner contentment, we forget. And we look what we don't have and not appreciate what we do have. So then the question is, who are you? What are you looking for? Because we have more than most countries to be grateful for, and especially if you're a female. And we forget, and we walk around and we forget. And that's the difference. And that's what the scriptures are saying, that you are wasting this precious life you have by complaining about what you don't have, but forgetting how lucky you are.